Hey, gorgeous. Woo!
Hello.
How's it going, brother?
I'll read the script now. Hello, my name is Ser Winter. I'm here on Mr. Flak's podcast of Rust Content Creators. The date is the 30th of the 3rd, 2022, 7:03 p.m. in Australia. I do not need to blink twice for help, or anything like that. I am happy to be here. I am happy to show my face on YouTube for the first time. But for everyone who thinks I might be acting strangely, do not. I am enjoying this. It is an honor. If I were to have a bride? Am I reading that right? If I were to have a bride, Mr. Flak would be first invited. He's not opposed. Long live Mr. Flak. Long live the South African Revolution. And long live his podcast.
Did you make sure they got that brown envelope?
Did you get a brown envelope? Yes.
Okay, we
They got
Gucci.
a brown envelope.
Thanks for volunteering, Ser Winter. Dude, I did not expect that, bro. Holy shit. I know you said you were going to do some little bit, and I was like, oh my god, what is it going to be?
What bit?
And
What bit?
Dude, that was fucking legendary. Thank you so much for that. Oh god.
No worries.
Wow. And you even Googled the word bri. I'm so impressed. Good god.
Nope. Learnt it from Twitter from you and
Yeah. Barbie.
Grant Hines.
A good old Barbie.
Yep. Yeah.
Are you the
old
type
Barbie.
Are you the type of dude that likes a good Barbie? That's barbecue for the Americans, or bri for the South
I
Africans.
am.
You do,
It's a good excuse to slam a few beers and eat a bit of meat, you know?
of course. And sometimes, like, the best part of a good Barbie is just sitting there watching the flames and just like chatting and hanging out and shit. Weirdly.
Yeah, well, I mean, we are boomers and we do enjoy a good beer and a chat.
Oh yes, boomers. You're right. No, that's actually a very good point to start. So, Winter, you are finally the first person that I can interview that isn't 12. It's really nice that I'm interviewing someone my own age.
Yeah, poor Blue.
Welcome everybody to the episode 3 of the Mr. Flak podcast. We got today Ser Winter, who doesn't ever show his face.
Except on Twitch sometimes.
Except on Twitch, very rarely. I mean, you know, it's been like, I think 3 times maybe. Tell you what, it was the best 3 fucking Jack sessions I've ever had. Woo! But it was a good time.
Blush.
So Winter, what's the deal? Why don't you typically show your face, brother?
I don't think it's really needed for my style of content. Well, you know, I'll tell it a story and stuff. And, you know, it's got narration and cinematics. It doesn't need my ugly mug in the corner either.
That's true. You do have a prison look about you, like a good like prison. You know, I'm
Australian.
Well, I mean, yeah, you're all in prison, aren't you? At some stage in your life.
Yeah, they sent us to this tropical prison.
It's actually funny you mentioned that because, like, I was looking up statistics the other day about Australian prison populations. Like, a large portion of the adult population has at some stage been to prison. I guess that just makes
Are you
guys
talking about, like, back in the day?
Well, I
Because
mean,
Australia's founded on a prison colony.
Oh, that's true. Oh, yeah, you guys are actually the reason why you started. You were a giant prison island, essentially.
Yeah, for the English.
Holy shit! I actually noticed.
They sent a bunch of Irish and English people over, you know, all these European types.
Yeah.
And they came over and, you know, the English did what they do. And
watched a documentary the other day on YouTube, and apparently the royal bloodline of England was incorrect. And the Australian, there's an Australian man that is actually the rightful heir to the British throne, like to this day. And apparently,
really?
Yes. If you Google or YouTube, King of England is man in Australia, something along those lines, and they follow to the T the bloodline, and apparently, quite high up in the bloodline, I'm talking 400 years ago, one of the children were a bastard, and they continued the bloodline from the bastard. They hid who the real father was, and if they had corrected it to the correct path, it would have gone to a distant cousin, blah blah blah, and then it would have continued. And that man is alive in Australia to this day.
Is he English by chance? Because I saw this guy on TikTok the other night and they were like going through the bloodline, like the family tree and shit. And it turns out he was the legitimate heir to the throne. And I was like, oh,
According
Interesting.
according to the
But he had an English accent.
the video that I watched, the guy came to Australia. The British man came to Australia when he was 17, and when they interviewed him, he was like 70, and he was full blown Aussie after that. You know, fucking.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Oh, weird. The guy also had an English accent.
But I know that he had a son. Maybe it's one of his sons or his son's sons, because there was a documentary.
This dude was old.
Okay. No, that's pretty straight. Nonetheless, fucking Australian. I've noticed Australians and South Africans are basically the same people. It's very weird.
You know, I feel like our accents are all kind of similar.
Yeah.
A little similar.
And
But that could be like the, you know, I mean, I guess like the same thing that happened here happened in Africa, you know.
Yeah,
English
basically
whatever,
everyone
given
got
what they
fucked
did.
by the English, and we are the outcasts. We are like the leftovers of the British, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, I did those that DNA test thing. I am like Irish as fuck. So I'm not English.
I don't know, something about that beard that makes me think you don't need a DNA test, bro. Tommy Winter, okay, for those of you that don't know, I've got to tell you a story, Winter. You obviously heard the story 50 times, I've told you. Guys, Ser Winter is the reason why you are watching this podcast right now. Think about that. He is the reason why 80% of the Rust content that you watch to this day, even if it's not Winter's, he's the reason why you watched it. See, I got my YouTube career, well, I started my Rust YouTube career by watching Ser Winter. I used to be a normal worker, and then I used to come home from work and I used to watch Ser Winter and Vertiigo on the adventures. And I think if you would like to show your gratitude to King Winter, who started the fucking YouTube craze, you can leave a comment in the comment section below. Winter, dude, you were the reason why I started, and I just want to thank you face to face.
No worries, thank you. Look, I'm not gonna lie. I used to have a bit of an ego back in the day, and Jesus Christ, back in the day, hearing that, I would have been like, "Thanks, yeah, I know."
That sounds about right. Yeah.
But these days, I don't know. I've gotten older and like trying to avoid all the drama, and I've dropped the ego and all that shit. And
yeah.
So, you know, it is what it is.
Aging does a lot of things to people. I mean, I'm 35. How old are you now, if I may ask?
32.
Okay, yeah. I mean, when you start getting to your 30s, like, perspective changes. You realize that time's not running out, but, you know, time doesn't stop. Time moves along. And, you know, that young YouTuber ego vibe has to eventually get dropped, and you sort of mature into a role of just sort of, you know, standing back and watching the world burn rather than, you know, lighting the match.
So like I made the conscious decision. I'm like, fucking hell, this is cringe what I'm doing. Like, I'm getting into Twitter arguments and shit with people I don't like. Like, who cares?
Yeah, like
there's a block button or a mute button, or just like look at it and laugh and don't say anything.
Who cares? Like, I also got to a stage recently where I was like, I'm entertaining a lot more than I need to. Like, whether I fight this person or not, they're not going to change their mind. So, like, what's the point?
Yeah.
Sort of just move about. I actually noticed the change that you made that you're speaking about now. I actually noticed it in your content. It must have been about a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago, where you did that I don't give a fuck anymore. And I actually noticed the transition in your content, in the content that you put out. So I don't know if I'm right on that timeline.
Right? Yeah, no, actually, it sounds about right.
Yeah. And then, you know, you just started, like, doing your own thing, and I noticed at that stage your views again picked up, and you started stabilizing, and your content started becoming a little bit more old school Ser Winter. And I get that we go through changes in our lives, and we sometimes feel quite confident that what we're doing is never going to stop, and then sometimes you have to sit and realize, like, eventually it is going to stop. So you sort of have to toe a certain line, if I'm making sense right now.
No, I know. Like, I never thought, like, I've been doing it 6 years this month, I think. 6 or 7, I think it's 6.
Okay.
Full time, that is, this month. Like, I've been a YouTuber for fucking years on different channels and stuff, but 6 years full time, and, like, you know, you see all these massive channels, you know, that could have like 2 million subs, and, you know, they only last like 2 years or something.
And no views. They got literally 2 million subs. Like, they upload a video, they get 5,000 views. That's a dead channel.
Yeah. I think you'll find that a lot of the time those people will take up Twitch streaming and then just upload their highlights to their massive dead channel.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't call anyone else's channel dead. Mine's like kind of towed the line here and there, but I don't know. I think it's decent.
It's good enough. Yeah, it's good enough. But Winter, before your 6 years in YouTube, if I'm understanding or remembering correctly, you were a butcher.
Mm-hmm.
Really? Tell me about that.
I was a butcher.
Okay, I mean, you're 32 now. You've had a decent 14 year since you left high school. What was it like since high school? Was it always butcher? Did you love cutting shit with cleavers?
Dude, I've drifted through life. Like, I've just coaxed through life at this point. I'm a pretty lucky person. I hope I didn't jinx that. But,
by the way, same. I also just sort of did whatever was there. I never really tried for anything in my whole fucking life. It's insane.
Yeah. Like, I grew up kind of poor. Yeah. Like, my mum, she's a very smart person. She has a very high government job now. But at the time, I had an older brother and 2 younger twin sisters.
Okay.
And she didn't work, and my dad was the only one who worked, and he didn't really make much money. So I grew up poor.
Yeah.
I had a job since I was 12.
Holy fuck, what were you doing at 12?
I worked on a nursery. It's a farm for like plants and stuff like that. You should know.
I'm a gardener.
You're into plants and gardening? Yeah. You're like Samwise Gamgee. I did that until I was 15, and then I went and worked at a supermarket. And I had to travel pretty far for school when I did year 11 and 12. But when I finished year 12, I didn't really know what I wanted to do. So I fell into an apprenticeship as a butcher. And then I just did YouTube for fun and stuff. I even tried my hand at university. I wanted to be a teacher. And I did 2 assignments. I got 100% on the first one, then like, I don't know, 80% on the second one, and then I just got bored and stopped.
Oh,
so, you know, and then, yeah. And because I was at the supermarket still where I became a butcher, eventually, because it's the way it's going in Australia, all the meat started coming in pre-packed, which means you don't cut it up there. It's done in, like, the city somewhere at a giant butcher, like a giant abattoir.
Okay.
And, my job got made redundant.
I actually remember that transition. I remember as a kid going into the supermarkets when people could still smoke inside the supermarkets, and my mom would go to the butcher, and he'd be a man in a white coat, like a hat, and she'd say, I want this, and then he would like physically go and cut an animal and give her that piece. Like, I don't remember when it transitioned, when it stopped, but I do remember clearly when I was a young boy, they used to cut the meat on the fly, like right there in front of you. And then they just stopped.
Yeah. My job got made redundant, and I had the YouTube channel, and it was doing okay. I had started the whole... actually, no, I don't think I had started it at this point. I'll tell you that in a sec. But I took 2 weeks holiday, and I was like, fuck it. I'm just going to go hard on YouTube for a bit and then try and look for another job. And so I took 2 weeks holiday, and then I just never went back. My YouTube channel just took off.
Oh, lovely.
And that's when I started the whole solo survival thing. Like the reason you call it solo or duo or trio today, I talked about not having an ego anymore, but it's going to sound like I have one, is because
sounds like a fucking ego to me. Sounds like
that's the series I invented.
Yeah, no. I do remember Rust.
Solo survival.
For those of you that don't remember, for those new kids in Rust, because I mean, let's be honest, there are Rust YouTubers that started 3 months ago and they're on like 100, 200,000 subscribers. Things blew up a lot quicker now. But back in the day, there was no creativity. Well, I wouldn't say there was no creativity. There was a lot less creativity. There was no person to reference. So you couldn't just like, just make something up. You just sort of, what everyone else did, you did. And Ser Winter was one of those guys. And at the beginning of every episode, every Rust YouTuber used to say exactly the same line. So Winter, can you please bless me with your line? Your opening line that you say every episode.
It's my line. I'm the only one who's ever said this line.
Let's hear it, dude. I just have to hear this.
No one does this line. Fine, whatever. What is going on, YouTube? Ser Winter coming at you with another Rust gameplay.
Oh my god. Dude, I swear to God, I would be so miserable at work. I hated my fucking job. I hated my job. I hated my home life. I hated everything. I lived with my fucking mom. And I'd come home, my wife would be cooking, people would be fucking shouting, dogs would be barking. And I opened YouTube. And then that fucking Holy Grail Ser Winter episode was waiting there. Fucking daily, baby. And then you click on it.
Daily uploads.
What's going on YouTube? Uploads. And when he used to go, what's going on YouTube? Ser Winter coming at you with another Rust gameplay. And like my heart would lift, and then I would have 15 minutes of just solitude. And he was the reason. The feeling that those episodes fucking gave me. Do yourself a favor, watch Ser Winter's early stuff. It's going to be cringe now, but it's still good. the feeling that lifted my soul is why I pursued YouTube. For those 15 minutes every 24 hours, I was fucking happy, dudes. And I wanted to chase that feeling. And he was the reason why I started pursuing that, because I wanted that feeling to be my work. So fucking, I love you, Winter. Oh, I love it.
Oh, blush?
God, no, seriously. I didn't want to fan out, because I mean, you were the point where I started my career. And I didn't want to fan out, and I knew I would fan out, and I'm fucking fanning. I'm sorry. I know this is cringe. I do apologize.
Yeah. No, thanks for that. I appreciate it.
Winter, when you were growing up, brother, you said you had a mom and a dad. You had 2 siblings, I think you said.
2 younger twin sisters and an older brother.
Okay, sick. And how was school like? Did you enjoy school? Did you do sports? What is your whole school childhood like?
Yeah, no, surprisingly, people probably won't believe this because of how I look now, but I used to do a lot of sports, like heaps of what I used to do.
I know.
Rugby league.
This is one thing. You 20-year-old fuckfaces that are watching this, you're going to look down at your fucking ripped abs and you're going to think, shit, I'm going to look like this forever. And then 25 happens. And then your metabolism is like, check you. And your metabolism leaves and you get fat. That's a fucking fact. 25, you just... Was your chubby from 25? Did you do your flip at 25?
No, I've always had a shit metabolism.
Okay, tell me about the rugby league.
So yeah, I used to do rugby league, rugby union, which you should be familiar with. I play tennis, hockey, soccer.
Sort of everything you could get your hands on.
Yeah, AFL, basketball, squash, fucking you name it, I did it.
Wait, NFL? Does Australia have American
AFL?
Football? Oh, AFL.
Australian Football League.
Oh, yeah, that's like rugby, but like the manly man version of rugby. You get American football, rugby, and then you get AFL, which is just like, you can use your elbows should you choose.
I come from a different state where we make fun of AFL, and I moved to the state where AFL's the biggest thing. So it's just like, yeah, I still see AFL as like a little bit effeminate, but
good God.
it's not,
Jesus Christ. Would you prefer shields and spears on the fucking field before it's manly enough for you?
Yeah.
Good God.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's good. So, Winter, you inspired me to start. Who inspired you to start? Because I know you had like this little bit with Vertiigo where, like, I can't really remember where Vertiigo tied into the timeline, but I remember you used to watch Vertiigo and that you came into the picture as a villain, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, probably. I used to fuck with him a lot.
Yeah.
So before that, like, if you want to talk about where I met Vertiigo, me and Vertiigo both played a game called Chivalry. We didn't know each other then, but that's where we were uploading. We were uploading Chivalry before we were uploading Rust.
Okay.
And then back then, you used to go on there and put your videos on Reddit, and people would click on it and watch. And Vertiigo did that, and I did it, and then I saw his video and I commented on it, and I was like, "Hey, dude, this is really cool." He said, "Hey, we should collab one time." And I was like, yeah, sweet as. So we did the collab. The first time I met him, like, you could hit this boulder with a sword and it'd roll down a hill. He was at the bottom of the hill doing an intro. So I was like, this guy. I hit the boulder, it rolled down and squashed him. So that was the start of our relationship. And I still think, fuck this guy.
Tell me that
every time I hear that fucking stupid intro, what do you hear? What do you say? I just wish there was a boulder around.
Everyone had their default intro, even Vertiigo. His one was, what do you hear? What do you say? This is Vertiigo coming at you with another. Was it? No, it wasn't that. How did his one go? What do you hear? What do you say?
What do you hear? What do you say? Vertiigo here with another Rust gameplay.
No.
In the butt naked world of Rust. Butt naked world of Rust.
Yeah. Something about butt naked world of Rust. Blah blah blah. But everyone had it, and like if you look back at it now, you get to be like, what the fuck were they thinking? But it was cool.
Still do it every now and again, just for nostalgia's sake.
Sometimes you have to, bro. It was actually this one episode, Viewers and Winter. I remember you and Vertiigo were running around, and you were using your opening lines, acting like soundboards. And then people were like, oh, you're just using a soundboard. And then so it's like, what's going on, YouTube? And you were using it and everyone was like, it's clearly a fucking soundboard. And you guys were running around live using your opening intros and using your little quips. And everyone thought that you were fake.
I think you're getting, you might be getting that one mixed up, I think, because I think I got on and I was using Vertigo's lines, and because people always just say, you sound like Vertigo, especially American, so I jumped on an American server and did it.
Okay.
And Vertigo, I was pretending to be Vertigo.
It was good memories nonetheless, good fun.
Yeah, I was like defaming him and everything. It was fucking hilarious. I asked his permission. He said, "Yeah, go for it." I was like, "All right, sweet."
Are you currently enjoying Rust in its current state?
Yes, I am. I like it.
Okay, because I mean, when we play Rust basically on a daily basis, it gets exhausting. We get burnt out. Is there anything about Rust that you would change? Do you miss anything about the old Rust that you would like to get back or anything like that?
Yeah, being able to climb cliffs.
Oh my god. Have you noticed the cliffs like wrap around entire portions of the island and you have to run 63 kilometers in order to find a place to get up?
Mm-hmm.
Oh god.
Yeah, you can't climb cliffs in the Rust. I miss that. It's so frustrating, especially when you die and you have to get back and you got to try and climb up a cliff and you can't get up it. It's just like, oh my god. Well, you're getting chased. That's even worse.
Oh yeah, because there's no way to go. It's like you're running down a snake hole. There's just one path you can take and then you just get killed.
Yeah.
What do you think about the new trains that they're adding, above ground trains?
I think they should take out below ground trains and keep it all above ground trains.
I completely think so too. I don't like the blocky modular structure of the underground trains. It's like it's all one level and it's all in just, either east, south, west, north. There's no there's no terrain differentiation, and I understand why they did it, but now that the above trains are solving the problems that the modular trains underground were created for, they should remove the underground.
Yeah, my quip with the underground trains is that it takes people away from above land. Like you've probably seen it a bunch already on Twitter and stuff. Like people are complaining about like they'll go on these roams on like full servers, fullish servers, and
no one's roaming.
And no one's around.
No one's around.
You don't see anyone.
Yeah.
Everyone goes to the outpost to recycle. Look, I like the outpost. I don't think that's the problem. Like, keep the outposts, because not everyone builds around the outpost. So, or bandit camp. I mean, I guess you can fly there, but you'll catch people recycling at other places.
Yeah.
But I think train, maybe even underwater labs and rig, like all these things that are far away from the mainland, they take away. Yeah. Population from the mainland.
And that's one of the things I loved about early Rust is that you didn't even touch the water before boats. I'm talking. You would leave your base and literally as your door swung open, you would just see people fighting everywhere, and it was like this, you could just go be an opportunist, run outside with no gun, pick up a gun, start fighting. It was very in there. And now with the underwater labs, the rig that's 5,000 miles away, the underground trains and the sky, literally no one's roaming. I can run across the map and not encounter a single person anymore. Like,
yeah, same.
I love the idea. Like, I don't even, to be honest, I don't like the cars. I
like cars?
I don't like cars. I like the idea of cars.
I hate that there's the lock system. That's all I hate about it.
That's my thing. If I'm going to spend time putting this car together, I don't want somebody to be able to kill me, pick up my key and take my car. If they had code locks, I'd be delighted. If they kept the key lock system as it currently is, I'd prefer it if we could just find a small battery, that you use in electricity. Pop that in. The parts are already part of the car. The parts is the problem. I don't want to gather parts.
You know what? That's a really good idea. You could put the battery in it, and that can act as an auth system, so you can auth yourself and your teammates like a turret.
You know what I mean?
For people who can use the car. Auth it from the battery. That'd be sick.
Yeah, the fact that you have to collect 6 different parts and then put in fuel and make sure the parts are repaired enough, then fix the car, then get it onto a lift so that you can get a key. Like, either make the battery system, make the key lock system.
Yeah, that pisses me off as well. So on my server, on Winter Rust, we actually have cars that spawn in with the shit car parts already in them, so you can just put fuel in it and go.
That's what I want. Like the hit.
That's what it should be.
Like the headies, yeah. I mean, this isn't DayZ. Yeah. We don't need that level of complexity.
Yeah, the cars don't go very fast without because there's tier 2 and tier 3 car parts. So they don't go very fast with the first car parts. You still have to get it back to your base, and it's a big slog sometimes. And
sometimes with the shitty parts in your car, sometimes if you encounter a little bit of gunfight, your car becomes disabled. And then this thing that's carrying all your stuff, now you're in a sitting box, and everyone's just it's so not done properly. Like, I like the fact, I love the minis. I love the horses. I think the horses were the best addition. I just think the cars don't fit. Imagine a world where they take out the cars, they take out the underground trains, and they just have above ground trains. And you have this really loud train just sort of like lumbering all over the map. Sort of like the way you can hear a rocket? Like, someone fires a rocket 300 meters from you. You know exactly where that rocket is. Imagine just knowing that that train is now passing and it's there. I can intercept it with a horse, or like you will always sort of the way that you know at all times where the cargo ship is. When it's there, you know.
It's funny. It's funny when you build over a train line and you can hear the train going underneath you.
Right.
So I imagine that's how it would be above ground.
It would be fantastic, and I always saw Rust as the type of game where you could have combat, you could have this train lumbering along the surface. Like, I want Rust to have an end goal. And I remember somebody on Reddit once mentioned about, like, you know, the bomb system. I don't know if you heard about that.
The nuke.
Yeah,
everyone has to try and get the nuke or some shit.
Yeah, and you got bunches
of
very specialized components that make up this nuke that fall out of the sky or come out of Bradley or something, and they never despawn these items. And once somebody grabs those items, they show up on the map, meaning if somebody's got it in their base, you fucking know it. I think that'll, because the current format of Rust for me, I noticed, I log on and there's either the biggest compound in the world or a 2x2. There's no roaming. People are doing cargo in tandem through the air, flying to safety. Like, I miss that old fucking day, bro, where you would beef with your, people don't even beef with their fucking neighbors anymore that much. And it just
more of an offline raid, like I'll get you fucking later type of deal.
It feels so empty, bro. Like, yes, if you were a member of the Rust development team, what would you do? How would you change the game if you had full creator control? If you were Alistair, Big Dick McFinley, what would you do to change the game?
Shit. I would probably get rid of the trains underground, make them above ground, have Bradley roam the whole map, which is coming, I believe.
I've heard that
because everyone just grinds launch. Yeah, everyone just grinds launch for Bradley, and it's crazy.
Roam the map, roam the whole map.
And
so would Bradley ride along the road network?
I think he's supposed to ride the ring road, yeah.
Okay.
So that'd be pretty dangerous. You should be able to... hopefully they put it on the map, though, like you can see it on... Well, actually, I don't know. I don't know about that one, because then everyone would just go find where it is straight away and get it.
No, I wouldn't put it on the map. It should be a mystery. Yeah, you should hear that Bradley fire and be like, oh, fuck, guys, get your kit, bros.
Yeah, there's just a couple of things. Look, I like how Rust is, so there's probably not too much I would change. There's probably stuff I'd add, like more guns and stuff like that. You know, more role player stuff. People always get so butthurt when they add role player stuff. They're like, oh, fix the game, you know, whatever. But for me, the game is in a really good spot, and anything that they add is just kind of like the cherry on top of this cake that we've been eating for years happily.
Yeah, very happily. Sorry, my dog's going crazy. Stop being a dick. my dog. Oh, Jesus. So, Winter, you were a butcher, okay? And I remember on two very specific occasions, you had beef with other YouTubers. Are you a big fan of beef? Because butcher, beef with YouTubers. Are you just a meat man?
Yep. It's me.
I remember two specific times that you beefed with other Rust YouTubers, and they were the greatest things. It's so interesting to watch Winter beef. I fucking love it. First was Rhino Crunch.
Yeah, people.
Do you remember the Rhino Crunch days? Oh my god! Tell us the story for the viewers that never heard about the Rhino Crunch story, because I find it to be the most entertaining, fucking delicious story in the world.
Look, that guy was just a fucking nut job from the very start. I never liked him. I've always been a good judge of character, I think. I've never really been wrong about someone's character. Normally, if I don't like someone, it comes out later that they've done some heinous shit. And in Rhino Crunch's case, he R-worded someone at a gaming event.
Okay. But he was a scumbag. I remember there was...
You don't want this to get demonetized.
No, that's true. There was another scummy thing that he did. I don't know if he took money from somebody. He did something like underhanded as shit.
That came after? What's that Fortnite streamer's name? The guy with the wolf for the picture, and he has a husky voice. He was one of the first ones, and he's really big now. Anyway.
Okay.
Dakotas. That's him? Dakotas. Okay. He was doing a charity event with him or something like that, something or other, and he was in charge of the money, and then he said to Dakotas that he was just going to keep the money.
Okay. I mean, it's not like the charity's needed. He should keep it.
And that's how he got exposed for the second time, and that was a big exposing. They didn't even know about, like, the R-word not allegations, he was charged with it.
Yeah.
So they didn't even know about the R-word charge, and that never really came out again. lucky for him. But that dude was getting like millions of views a video, and when that came out, dead channel, gone.
He fucking nosedived. I saw, because he was in Rust, and then you and him had that beef, and then he left Rust, and then he did Fortnite, and then he was killing Fortnite.
He went away for a while. Yeah. Vanished.
Well, and oh wow, that was a fucking collapse. What actually happened with you and him in the Rust scene? Because you guys are beefing. Something I remember, the crossbow nerf needed to happen. I can't remind me, bro. Remind me.
Look, it all seems childish now thinking about it, but it was just over like how Rust was becoming, because you used to be able to one-shot full kits with a crossbow if you hit him in the head, but specifically because the metal face mask has eye sockets.
Yeah.
If you hit them in the eye hole,
yeah,
it doesn't count as armor there, but they got rid of that.
Yes,
and now, and anyway, like back then, I wasn't into guns or anything. I was more into bows and stuff.
Your prim days, I love that. Yeah, I love
prim days, yeah. And, I was arguing about it on somewhere, and then Rhino Crunch made a video talking about me and Vertigo, and he was just really unsavory about it. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna say something.
And then the whole community jumped on your side, which was great.
Then it became this big meme that still runs today.
The crossbow nerf needed to happen. I love that so much. The other beef that you had was with Trainwreck.
Oh,
yeah, you forgot about that.
Okay.
Well, what were you Wait, what were you thinking about? What was that other one that I don't know about? Because I said there were two. I said there were two beefs, and you nodded. You were like, "Yeah, two beefs." The one was Rhino Crunch.
Yeah, no, there's been heaps of different beefs.
That's true. That's true.
I was just like, okay, thank God it's only two that he's bringing up. No, the other one was Frida Wolf. I thought you were going to bring up.
Oh yeah, no, Frida Wolf. The funny thing is, I don't really want to mention him because he's actually still getting views to this day.
I don't really want to talk about it.
Yeah, even though he literally...
I've moved on.
Yeah, just a fucking dirty scumbag. Fuck you, Frida Wolf. The other one was Trainwreck. So Ser Winter was one of the people invited to the OTV streamer tournament, and there was this big hoo-ha because all these celebrity streamers were on that server. One of the people you guys might know him, Trainwreck, he's very popular, he wins large quantities of money. He got killed by Ser Winter. So Winter, tell us about the story, because it's amazing how many people defended you, and the attacks that you received from that piece of shit was disgusting. Like, take us on that journey, bro. Fuck.
First of all, let me start off by saying I don't feel any ill will towards him anymore. I did at the start. I was like, who the fuck's this guy? Like, but yeah, no, I've moved on from it for the most part.
Oh, if you don't want to talk about it, you're more than welcome to not. I don't want to like.
No, I'll tell the story. It's fine. It's an old story. It happened. It's out there. So I was playing on the PvP server. There was two OTV servers. There was a PvP and an RP server. And a lot of the RP people didn't get on the RP server, so they all came to the PvP server. Bad fucking move straight away there.
Yeah.
And they didn't give me the rules. I wasn't invited to the Discord for like the first day or something. And then, so I killed a few people. Not many, mind you.
Yeah.
Just a couple. I killed that jobless Garrett guy.
But I mean, you killed them within the PvP zones of the map. It's not like you went to go hunt them down and shoot them. It was...
So because all these RPers came there, and I asked in chat, like, where can we PvP? They said anywhere north of the map. So the map was like cut in half, and you can do it in the north of the map.
Yeah, and you went.
I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So I killed that guy, and he got really upset about it, and he was all smug and stuff. And I didn't... I watched the clip of him, and I was like, oh, this guy's fucking smug.
He was pretty smug, yeah.
And he was reading out the rules and shit, but these rules that he was reading out were like put in general chat and not in the rules channel. Once I got into the Discord, they put in general chat, and so they were blasted up to the top of the general chat. And you get invited to a Discord, the first thing you're not going to do is go up and read every bloody... days worth of chat.
Of course.
Fucking hell.
But basically what happened, Winter was roaming, Trainwreck was roaming. Winter went into a bush for about 5 seconds. I think it was 6 or 7 seconds, actually. Winter sees him coming, takes the bush so he can pop out the bush and shoot him. And then this guy just accused Winter of being a bush camper. And with a man with a much bigger audience, you know what their communities are like. They pile on the smaller guy. And basically accused Winter, insulted his family, insulted his loved ones. That was a fucking mess, dude. I hated watching that.
It was pretty brutal, and I had to like sit there for 4 days thinking, well, my career's done. I had Gary Newman unfollow me. I had a couple of other devs unfollow me.
Really?
They have since refollowed me, but Gary hasn't. I spoke to Gary. He's like, I just didn't want to see the drama on my timeline, but he made a tweet about it, and I was like, why'd you make a tweet about it if you didn't want to like see the drama or anything, and then you're just inciting the drama? But after my video came out, I don't know when after that, but his tweet was wrong. It was false information and shit. Like I couldn't fathom why he would just go and throw me under the bus like that after all.
Is that why you made that follow-up video?
Known him. I made the follow-up video because I was getting like I was on live stream fails. I was making news headlines.
Yeah.
People were non-stop like spamming my videos. I was like, what the fuck, bro?
Yeah, no, it was
savage.
They took it, and you know what the worst part about it is that everyone sided with Trainwreck on that because Trainwreck is bigger. And when Trainwreck said I was camped, it made it look like Ser Winter was sitting in a bush for 20 minutes waiting for him to come out. Now, this is my personal opinion, Winter. If you were in that bush, which you were for about 6 or 7 seconds, if you had come out without shooting him, he had a gun in his hand, he would have shot you. I guarantee he would have shot you. And then he probably would have teabagged you and said, I shot on a pro Rust YouTube. You know what I mean? So whether you came out that bush without a gun or with a gun, it would have ended badly for you. That's my opinion.
So what happened was I heard gunfire. It was outside military tunnels, which is pretty far north. That's where a lot of PvP has been happening. It's right next to launch site. PvP has been happening there a lot as well. So gunfire right outside military tunnels, and I'm running across the road, and then I hear someone to my right. I turn, kind of creep back, sit in the bush for a couple, like I think it was like 5 seconds. So I moved around in the bush so I could see who was coming, and I saw they had a gun in their hand, so I just popped him, and I'm really lucky. I will say this: I'm really lucky I didn't finish him because it would have made me look a lot worse.
Yes.
I think if I'd finished him straight away, I went to finish him and I missed. And I was like, all right, I'll start looting him and see what happens.
Yeah.
And then he just started saying all this weird shit.
That was a very upsetting time for me because as a Rust player that knows how Rust works, I understand and respect RP zones and PvP zones. If you're in an area that is dedicated to PvP, if you die, don't cry. Don't be a little bitch about it. I know you don't know the game. I know that it's completely new to you and whatever, but if Winter didn't shoot him, he would have shot Winter, and I guarantee you with 100% certainty that's what would have happened, bro. Oh god.
Maybe. I'm unsure. I won't say yes, definitely. I'm unsure because I still don't really know him or what he's like.
Yeah, I haven't watched his stuff, unfortunately. He might be a nice guy. I don't know, but I've heard well, yeah. I don't think this needs to be discussed.
From what I've seen of him after all of this, he's a very outspoken kind of a lone wolf kind of guy, I guess. I don't know.
Outspoken lone wolf. Good lord. So
I don't know. I see him ripping on Twitch streamers from time to time on Twitter because his tweets still come up in my feed, even though I don't follow him. So
I heard the other day one of my followers follows him, and apparently he won like 20 million online, like live.
22. I saw that as well. 22.5 million.
Unbelievable. That guy gambles like crazy. If you do want to check him out, it's Trainwreck TV on Twitch. Gives out a lot of money, does a lot of crazy gambling shit. I'm very anti-gambling, so I don't like follow and talk about his stuff too much. I can't stand gambling. So, but if you are into that type of thing, check him out. He's probably a cool oak. He's one of the most popular streamers in the world. So yeah. Shit. That was a hectic thing, dude. When that happened, I was like blown away. And that was the precedent. It seems like the whole OTV like dynamic changed at that moment because it was fun at first. It seemed very, and then there was just this, it made it seem like such a villainous thing. Most of the popular streamers had left after that. It was just like it sounded like somebody was trying to team up on you, to be honest, like to aggressively attack you.
I can't believe they couldn't wrap, like as content creators, they couldn't wrap their fucking streamer heads around that I handed them content on a silver platter. I was a villain to them. I was to all of their chats. I was this massive villain who was coming in solo, wiping their teams and dipping out with their loot.
Yeah,
they could have teamed up and raided me. It would have been magical for them. It would have been this big thing, and I was expecting it. Yeah, I was expecting it. Like I gave them that content on a silver fucking platter.
I know, dude.
And instead, XQC went and bitched to the fucking admins about me and got me banned.
And you know, I don't understand because now you got the single villain, okay, who's obviously more skilled than them in the game because he knows the game better. this is a gold, like you say, silver platter, where they could have teamed up, attacked you, and made days worth of content. But immediately as that happened, their ego said, I don't deserve to die. I don't deserve to be shot. And then their ego made them attack you. Where they could have...
Everyone's the hero of their own story, basically. No one likes to lose as the hero of their own story.
You know what? If they had done a little bit of research and realized that the best stories in Rust comes by getting shut on and clawing back and taking it. You know what I mean? That
it is.
When I watch those blueprint
underdog stories.
Yeah. I especially,
but the weird thing is they weren't underdogs though.
They were not.
Like they got Blueprint to play with them in a fucking team of 8.
Yeah.
They went and raided Sequisha, who was a solo player and a role player, kind of, I guess.
But that was fine though. That was fine.
Raided the fuck out of him.
Yeah. No, that was...
They all just ganged up on him, and I was like, okay. And then Sequisha, I don't know if he really was upset at me or not. I couldn't tell. I really like Sequisha, and I think we're still friends. But he was like, because we were at his base the day before, me and Pestily and Z-Chum, and we're talking to him, and they thought we lived there, so they went and raided him, and he was just by himself, I guess. And
I did find that funny how the rules applied to only the OTV stars. That was quite funny. How it doesn't matter what you do against them, you're breaking the rules. But then when they do it, they're getting like huge praise. You raided that solo guy. Well done. I was like, wait a minute, come on. And I did want to join it, but when I saw the mess that was making, I was like, nope, I don't want to be a part of this. It seems like everyone was just trying to suck OTV dick as hard as possible.
I think it died as well because a lot of the teams that were on there got bored at the no fighting the next time it really came around, and they got bored, and like it was just like
kind of shit.
Just boring.
Yeah.
It was just boring. Yeah, shit. And they all started leaving and stuff. And
I mean, there's only so many
died
times.
Off.
So only so many times you can make a dance party or a fucking gladiator arena, and then it gets boring. Like you have to do shit. Like I remember watching Shroud stream, and Shroud made the most of his days in the Rust. He learned electricity. He was decorating his base. He was fighting. Like he did everything. It just seems like everybody just wanted to do. They went in with the mindset of we need to make content without realizing how to make content. That was the weirdest part. It's just like they just didn't strategize at all. They went in and it seemed so staged and fake and anyway. That was just my opinion on the whole situation.
Yeah, look, there were also players on there that I saw that weren't happy with the other players on there, just like the egos and shit.
So much,
and they ended up leaving. I can't remember his name. So it might have been Soda Poppin' or something. Yeah, I think he left because of that. He was just like, it's so like it was at the start of the intro on my big OTV video.
Yeah, which
is so long that like I mean it did blow up and it is doing well on views. I think it's near 1 million views or something, which is going to be a shame because it's going to be for some reason I've not hit 1 million views on a Rust video before, and it's going to be my first fucking Rust video to hit 1 million views.
Winch has made so many videos on Rust, and he hasn't hit a single 1 million view on Rust. He did with the Forest, he did with other videos, but with the Rust, he hasn't hit a million. It's the weirdest thing. It's like you cursed or something, bro.
Yep.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. My most popular videos on Rust is like some of my most hated. Except for this one, it was like kind of like I had some haters in it at the start, but now it's just all support. There is even people who comment on the video who were like, I forgot this was about drama. I was just sitting here enjoying the video because it was fun. I was just running around speaking to a lot of people. It was funny.
Dude,
because I had to show every single interaction to clear my name, saying I wasn't going around killing everyone.
Yes.
I had to show the kills I did, and most of it was just speaking to people and like doing funny shit.
Winter, I'm gonna overlay a moment from that video now to the viewers. I hope you don't mind. There was this time when you dropped one of the streamers, I think, a t-shirt, and he was like, thanks, mate, and he jumped off his horse. And he goes up and he's like, everyone is so nice, and he picks up his t-shirt and he turns around and so Winter's bolting it on his horse.
All I can see is his horse in the distance and a big bit of dust. Yeah, the dust trail in his face.
Probably the funniest moment I ever seen in my life.
People love that clip.
Yo, take this.
Yo. Appreciate you, dog.
Hey, yo.
It's probably like one of the funniest Rust things I've ever seen in my life, dude. You can't make this shit up. You can't plan it. It was beautiful. And, most of those interactions were very fun and very light. And I enjoyed what it could have been But I guess egos ruined the whole thing, regrettably.
Before we go on, the one thing, when I said I was like mostly over it, and I'd get into the part that I'm kind of not over yet,
Okay, yeah.
it still eats away at me because I really like the guy, and I'm a fan of his content and I watch it. Charlie, Moist Critical.
Oh, yes.
You know him?
Yes, I like him.
Most beloved guy on YouTube and Twitch, and he's a really nice guy. But he made a video on the situation
And shat on you too.
Yeah, shat all over me, made stuff up, and didn't fact check anything. And then when people started calling him out on it, his only excuse was, "Well, I didn't name him. I didn't name him, but he named the exact thing that I got accused of, and the only person to be accused of that. So it's pretty much, you may as well have just said my name."
Everyone knew it was you. I knew it was you. And then I think I remember seeing in the comment section you posting a link to your video saying, "Bro, this is what happened," basically.
Yeah.
And there was no retraction, no apology. It was.
That's the part that annoys me. There's no like, he can leave the video up, or he can even just email me and say, "Hey man, sorry, I got the information wrong." I'd be like, "Dude, I'm cool with it." Like, fine, but there was just nothing. I tried, because I did try to email him. He made it sound like I was attacking him, but I was like really, really nice about it. I was like, "Hey man, I saw you uploaded a video about me like this. I uploaded this video. It just shows that the information you got is wrong," or something like that. And I said, "I really like your Garbage Man RP on the OTV server. Anyway, and I really like your content, and it was really nice meeting you." And he made it sound like I was attacking him or something. And I was like, "What?"
It was unfortunate, and there was actually a moment when I realized that not everything you see on YouTube is the truth. It made me start questioning a lot more things when I see beefs and I see someone standing on the side of a beef, and I'm wondering to myself, this is certainly not what happened. And the like ratio at the time, when they still had dislikes, suggested that everyone believed that Moist Critical was saying was fact. And the comments were very anti-Ser Winter. You were named all over the comment section, left, right, and center. And it's just, it made me bitter because it was...
That's not true. That's not true. A lot of the comments on there are in defense of me. Like, I'd say 98% of them. It's crazy.
Winter, I mean, at the time the video launched, not now. If you go now, right. If you go now, it's very pro Winter. But when he just released the video, I'm talking day one, everyone was like anti-Winter, because they didn't know the story. People like to read the headline and assume they know what the article says, and that's not the fucking case, and it bothers me. So now when you go on there, you'll see just defense of Winter. Absolutely, I saw your comment too. I'm actually going to link that video in the video description below if you want to see how very one-sided it was. It was very weak journalism. I know he's not a journalist, but it was very weak reporting, and quite upsetting because I actually love the dude. He's a very good entertainer.
I still do. I still like him, but it's made me take all of his videos now with a grain of salt.
That's my thing, because I used to watch him, and he used to jump on, he used to bitch with other creators and say, this person did this, and I was like, yeah, motherfucker, that son of a bitch. And then when he did it about you, and it was close to home, and I knew the story, I was like, that's not what happened. And then it made me question everything else he's ever done, because he beefs a lot with people. I'm like, did that really happen? That moment that you just mentioned now was the reason why I no longer look at a headline and assume. If somebody posts a link, I open it and I read the entire article so that I can extract information. The amount of people that don't do that anymore on Twitter, I've noticed. They post something that Biden did, and they start judging. But then when you read the context of why Biden did that, or sometimes the context of the news article isn't even in the headline. It's just it's clickbait. They're trying to get your click. So I do try and step back, educate myself, and be as unbiased as possible before addressing things, because the world's getting dangerous, bro, when it comes to this shit.
That's the other thing as well, is the news articles that were written about me, especially Dexerto, and they're really popular, I've noticed, especially reporting on streaming news and shit. They reported on it and put all this false information on there, and I sent them an email, specifically the author of the article, and I was like, hey, here's what happened on my point of view, what actually happened. I think you've got a lot of false information in your article. Completely ignored. Article is still up there, so that's another thing that pisses me off, and I don't like them now because of it. But not that it matters to them, but I see an article from them, I don't even bother to read it because who knows if it's fake information as well. Again,
it's opened my eyes up to these one-person narratives, and the sad part is it's not even just Charlie or Dextero that's doing this. It's the New York Times. You know, it's the big boys that are doing the same fucking thing. These people that are points of information, they should be spewing the truth. And rather, they're making money. They want everyone to click on their stuff so they can sell more ad space. I mean, the amount of people that I get reach out to me, dude, and ask me, here's $10,000, say this about my product. Fuck you. I don't want to be the dude that talks about shit that, like, I'll talk about shit that I love, gladly, because I fucking love it. But to get me to say, I just got an email, say, can you please click on this map? Can you post a picture of this map and say you love it? It's a Rust server. But I haven't seen the map. Why don't you open your email and say, would you like to hop on the server? And if you like it, we will pay you to promote it.
Yeah, I promoted a Rust server years and years ago. One time, it's not something I'd ever do again.
Did you love it? It
got super popular for 1 week. Did I love it? Well, I had a good time, like, because we were making the content on there.
Yeah.
But, you know, it was also annoying because I had to stream it and Stream Snipers came on and whatever. Stream Snipers, whatever. But, yeah, but as soon as I left, server died. So I won't advertise just because of that. The only servers I'll advertise now are mine, or like if I'm playing on a friend's server, like, you know, if I'm playing on Spoon Kid's server or Stevie's or Blues or something. I'll just say filmed on Blue.
You apparently collabing with Spoon Kid this Friday.
Yes. He said he's 99% sure he can make it, but he thinks something, he feels like he's forgetting something or something or other.
Okay.
Yeah, no, we're doing he doesn't like to call it a collab, and I don't blame him. We're filming together on my Winter Ep4 NA server that launched this week. And that server slaps.
You're doing some duos. I love Spoon Kid's style. Like I mentioned to you in DMs on Twitter, I love the fact that, like, I don't know about you, but when it comes to playing live Rust, I'm very scared to take a weapon out of my base. I'm not a very good PvPer. I don't want to lose the stuff that I have. I get very few items in Rust. I love the fact I love the fact that Spoon Kid can guard it. Like, he just gets an AK. Doesn't even fucking depot anything. Immediately goes on a roam. You know, he sees the base. There's smoke bellowing out of the furnaces. There's people running around. He's like, okay, I'm gonna go get inside. Like, he doesn't think. He just goes. He's always on the W key. I love Spoon Kid's style. I think that you and Spoon Kid collabing together will be quite an interesting bit of content, actually.
Yeah, we did a collab a while ago, and I think it was a video I called something like I don't know, something to do with Ashes or some shit. It was weird, but this one should be a lot better, I think, this time around. This collab. Yeah, and I don't know. It's very hard for me to find people to collab with because, you know, I like to collab with people I really like, but then also you have to find people who are willing to play like a 2x server. I hate vanilla now. I hate it. I do 2x servers. I'll sometimes do a vanilla if they really want to do a vanilla, but
it's just a bit too slow, isn't it?
You have to get that.
Yeah.
It is. It's way too slow for me now. I used to be a vanilla purist 2 times. Like, who the fuck plays 2 times? Pussies. But
yeah, the thing is, you can't.
Now I'm the pussy.
Well, it's difficult to have to make content consistently, and it takes you a day to basically just get set up. I'm talking the most basic base, a tool bench, a handful of BPs before you can do anything cool, anything usable. It takes you about a day of gameplay, and that's not okay.
Well.
Oh, you bastard! You just had a sip of cool drink. I need to get a Red Bull. Can I go grab?
Yeah, can I have a smoke? I'm having a smoke.
Smoke on camera. Fuck it, I didn't get.
No, I don't smoke in house.
Why? Fuck.
Yo.
Was the smoke good?
Yeah, go for it. Was.
What do you smoke? What brand do you smoke?
PJ Gold.
Oh,
just Rich Gold. Peter Jackson.
We don't have that here. So check. I smoke a brand called JFK.
Oh shit, John F. Kennedy. I smoke Peter Jackson, like the director from Lord of the Rings.
Oh wow, yeah. The problem though is that these are cheap e-cigarettes, like those illegal import cigarettes.
All right. Okay.
Excuse me. So when lockdown happened, my brand became unavailable because in our country they had banned tobacco and alcohol.
Really?
Yeah. They
prohibition over there?
Full blown prohibition. They locked down no purchasing of cigarettes for about a year.
What the fuck?
But our government's quite quite corrupt. So the person that banned tobacco wasn't the president, it was his minister of health, right? And then unrelated, the minister of health's son owned an illegal cigarette business. Unrelated. And for some reason, no one knows where, but illegal cigarettes started flooding in the border. And they became openly available to anyone who wanted to purchase it.
Your government's so corrupt.
So bad. I mean, I'm not smoking the illegals. These are Marlboros, and that is an empty box from lockdown.
I've never seen Marlies with a blue band on them.
Shh. I actually did it. I did a color invert, so it's actually red. I'm actually black. I'm from Africa. Hello. Oh God. So Winter, let's hop straight back in, brother. You bought a house. I'm so proud of you, dude. Congratulations.
I did. I went and bought a house. My life's really changed drastically over the past 3 years.
Did a full 180. It was very cool to see.
It's been crazy. Like, I was thinking earlier, I thought you were going to bring up the house, and I was thinking about it because, my mind just drifts.
Oh, same. And, oh, God.
And then, I was thought, back in the day when I used to have a YouTube channel before Ser Winter, like years and years ago, I had this music channel, and I would upload music to there, I got a payment of like $100 one month, and I was like, holy shit, that's nuts. That just paid for my game. God damn. And now I've just bought a new house with YouTube, with the money from YouTube and Twitch and stuff and sponsors, and bought a new car.
What do you drive now?
A Mitsubishi Outlander 2022 model.
Oh, wow. Fancy boy. God, I'm still driving an old piece of shit. I don't... ever since I've started buying properties, I've found it very difficult to spend money that isn't on an appreciating asset like a home. It's weird. It's like it's put me in a different mindset almost.
I'm exactly the same. This is my one treat. I was driving the same car up until a few months ago that I got when I was an apprentice, which was just like a Holden Barina 2012. Still driving it.
No, look, as long as your main vehicle is decent, I'd say keep it. But if it isn't a really beater, then you deserve something nice. Absolutely. Money well spent.
I got it for because me and Pookie, we want to start a family and stuff, and you can't start a family when you have a Holden Barina, like where you're gonna like the pram takes up the whole back.
Yeah.
So I got a bigger car, and
nice and brand new.
It's an investment for a family.
And I mean, it's good for what 15, 20 years if you treat it nicely. So you're good.
Yeah, exactly.
And the house that you bought, is it like a starter home, or is it like a final home, like a 3-bed? Like a nice. Can you die in that house gladly?
I can tell you, it's going to sound like I'm bragging though.
Yeah.
It's 4 bedrooms, 2 lounge rooms, theater room, study, 2 bathrooms, and a pretty nice backyard.
There's nothing to. You're not bragging. You're doing it smart. You see a lot of people when they buy their first home, they buy it out of a sense of urgency and desperation to join the homeowner club. That they buy something too small. They grow out of it within 6 months, and then they're already looking. Buying a house is not like buying a car. It is a very complicated affair. A lot of paperwork, a lot of legalities. And if I'm going to go through that again, I'm going to put a fucking shotgun in my mouth as my own personal home. So we also went in and we bought our final home. Even though it was a bit out of our reach, a bit too expensive, we just made it work purely because I don't want to do that again. And also, most people, they start with their little 1-bedroom house or a little flat, something like that, which is cool. Power to them. I don't want to make these upgrades to my home and have to sell it. You know what I mean? I'm long hauling this bitch. I also got quite a big fucking thing. And that's great. I'm glad. You have a theater in your fucking house?
No, we don't have a theater. It's called a theater room. They did have a theater set up in there, but they took it with them. So now we just have this big spare room on the other side of the house. But the only reason I did buy that big for a first time as well is because, again, starting a family.
Yeah. You have to. Yeah, you don't want to run out of space halfway down the line and have to either build on or... I mean, you can build on, but you don't want to change home.
I've moved 3 times in the past 3 years, and I fucking hate it.
Fuck that noise. Yeah, no, same, dude. I
didn't
move much.
I was just like, all right, let's buy a house.
I didn't move much at all in my day, but the very few times that I did, I couldn't fucking stand it. I hate new people. I hate new neighbors. I just want to be, done. So, fuck that. Nice on you, bro. Congratulations.
Thanks. Our neighbors are pretty cool. You know, they both have the same name on either side of us, and then one house down from them is Goldie. You know, Goldie from Goldie, the Rust YouTuber guy.
Goldilocks, yes.
Goldilocks. Yeah, it says Lax because his name's
and he's now a part of your family because he's how does the link work?
He's with Pookie's sister.
Okay, there we go. So Winter's with Pookie and Goldilocks is with Pookie's sister. That's so fucking cool. And you know, people don't realize how important the sense of community is in the form of neighbors. You spend your life there, and it's so nice to have nice, trusting neighbors, and you don't get that in a sort of flat type environment typically. It's nice to know your neighbors all around you, so that if you hear a sound, you know, you can hop on your phone and say, "Did you hear something? Are you guys okay?" When you need to go on vacation, they watch you. It's so beneficial to have good standing with many neighbors. I absolutely
we've already taken full advantage of that. Like there was one time I went to the shops pretty far away, and Pookie was like, "Did you close the garage door?" And I'm like, "Fuck, I can't remember." So she rang up the neighbors, and the neighbors went out and had a look and said, "Yeah, you did shut it."
You see it. Small things like that. There's quality of life improvements. If you're in a flat and you leave your front door open, you can come back, your shit's going to be gone. You know what I mean? And it could be 1 of 50 neighbors. So yes, if you guys are planning on buying, I would highly recommend overextending a little bit, not too far, and trying to get a little bit more than what you can afford, or rather wait. In my personal opinion, I don't know about you, bro.
I mean, I waited. I didn't buy a house till I was 31.
Yeah, last year you bought.
No. Yeah, 31. Yeah, I was 31 last year.
That is the best way you can do it. And if I could restart my life, bro, and be 18 again, I would have bought immediately after school or done something in my... Because I just wanted the cool car, bro.
I never wasted money on cars and stuff, though, because I wasn't really into cars. But yeah, I was never smart with money. I would... I'd spend it on other people just because I like to make people happy. And I also put my dad into retirement and stuff like that as well. Once YouTube took off, and because he's been unwell for years. So I kind of like didn't really save much of my YouTube money. And it kind of fucked me as well because at the time in Australia, the year I started is the year they started taxing YouTubers. And I didn't really like... You know, you do it as a hobby to start off with, and then you start making real money. You don't think at the time like, oh, I'm going to be paying tax on this until the money starts getting real.
Yeah, and then you're like, oh,
and I didn't pay tax for like 2 years or something like that, and then I ended up getting these big tax bills, which I paid, and so yeah, there was no like if I could go back and start again, like you were saying, at the start of my YouTube career, I would have been saving a lot more money than what I did, definitely. I got a friend who he makes a lot of money now. He's one of my friend's home wrecker. And he's blowing his money on crazy shit. If you're watching this home wrecker, you're a fucking dickhead. But, you know, he's blowing it on motorbikes and jet skis and stuff. And it's just like, dude, I'm telling you, don't. Buy a house. You're not going to care for any of that shit later on.
Yeah.
Save your money, buy a house.
Here we go, guys. That's the financial advice. I did a financial advice segment with Blueprint and now with Ser Winter. And I think the going consensus is put your money in an appreciating asset. It doesn't even have to be a house. Something that doesn't go down. A car deteriorates as you purchase it brand new and you drive off the showroom floor. You now own 70% of that car, not 100.
High-risk bank accounts, shit like that.
Like, if you're not going to put your money in a house, buy gold. Gold will go up and down, but it will never, like, plummet. Unfortunately, the world is getting so expensive. I don't know if it's like that your side in Australia, but like even just day-to-day groceries,
it's fucked.
Unreachable amounts of money to the point where I'm like starting to get concerned looking at the prices of groceries and everything's going up except for our fucking earnings. It's just like on a plane. So when you hear people that give advice, try and I guess let it sink in a little bit, let it stir a little. Don't just take advice blindly, but you know. I don't know. That's just my thought. Winter, we spoke too much about fucking assets and houses and shit. Are you and Pookie are planning to start a family soon? Is that like now that all the ducks are in a row and everything's aligned, you're going to start soonish?
Ducks are in a row. I ain't getting any younger. Like I'm 32. I turned 33. If we got pregnant right now, we'd have a kid by the time I'm 33, and that's a pretty old dad right there, or for a first child. You're getting a bit seasoned there.
But yeah, no, congratulations. I'm so excited, dude. Do you have any names picked out or anything?
Yeah, I do. I picked the boy's name, and
Flak.
the boy's name's
of course. Flak. Yeah.
Flak.
Okay, and
Yeah.
the girl. No, what's the boy? What's the boy?
Flakette. Oscar.
We had an Oscar that became famous in our country until he shot his girlfriend dead through a wooden door.
Oh.
Yeah, Oscar Pistorius.
Oh, is it that Olympian?
The Paralympian, yeah. Won a gold medal, shot his model girlfriend.
Right.
Nice one, Oscar.
His name's Oscar. All right, shit. way to put a nice line on that one for me.
You're never going to forget that info now. You know? Look at your son and you get that, you motherfucker. Why'd you do it? And the goal, what's the goal going to be?
We're unsure yet.
When you were younger, were you a scumbag when it came to ladies? Like, you used to like smash any female you could? Oh, good. Okay, no. So you'll have a boy. If you're a scumbag, you have goals. I've got 2 goals. And it's basically God's way of correcting the path and saying, you know what you did to those cute 15 goals? Guess what? That's God's way.
Those aren't so bad to have.
No. I'm just worried as shit. I mean, I got a 13-year-old daughter, and I go to the mall, and these gross, creepy dudes like checking out my daughter. She's fucking 13, man.
That shit would drive me nuts too.
And you know, I'm a person.
That's the reason I hope I have a boy. Like I don't know how I go about. Guys.
Here's the scenario: 15-year-old daughter comes home. Dad, I'm pregnant. 15-year-old son comes home. Dad, I'm medical pregnant. You know, it's a different. It's weird, but it's a different like.
You'd be happy for that?
Oh no, you wouldn't. But I mean, it's like if your 18-year-old, if your 18-year-old son came home and like he said, I had sex. Crack him open a beer, give him a bit of high five. 18-year-old daughter comes home and says, Dad, I had sex. You motherfucker! You stay in your room.
Yeah.
You know that I don't know. It's weird, but I.
No, I agree. I think we're a victim of our times because I don't think the younger generations like that.
I hope not.
Or going to be like that. But me and you are a little bit more old school. I don't really want to get into it because, you know, people get cancelled on a fucking whim these days.
Oh, God. But, that's why I don't film this show live. Winter, what are your plans, dude, for like your Rust career? Because obviously you're not as explosive. I wouldn't say you're not as popular as you were. I would say that there are more creators in your pool. There are more creators in your... It's not that your popularity's gone down. It's that other people are making and your views are getting spread to newer places. So I think that's what happens with everybody. What are your plans with... your YouTube channel, your career? Because, I mean, we're riding on goodwill, essentially.
I probably won't get too far into it because I don't know. You never know what's going to happen. But all I would suggest to anyone, especially around my channel size as well, if you're not saving money properly, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Is all I can say.
Very important.
Think of the future. If you don't want to go back and work a 9 to 5 job, don't put all your eggs in one basket.
I'm not working a 9 to 5. I don't give a fuck. If my family's starving, I'll be like, yo, hold a cardboard. Beg. I'm not working.
I really don't want to go back to a 9 to 5 either.
Yeah.
That's why I treat YouTube as a blessing. Whenever I've had burnout, I've always still like treated it as a job. Because that's just how I was brought up. Like I said, I had a job since I was 12. It's just been nailed into me. And, you know, like you see a lot of YouTubers, like it feels like they're unappreciative of what they have, the position they're in. Yeah. Not me, baby. I'm very appreciative.
Wake up every morning and go light your YouTube God candles and go pray to to Susan. We all have big pictures of Susan in a spare prayer room. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. No, so, you know, being able to do your dream job and, you know, putting a roof over your head and food in your family's mouths with that is just it's a blessing every day.
Absolutely.
And I'm grateful to everyone who supports my channel and stuff. I like to think of the future as well. Like you know, what am I going to be doing when this doesn't, like when it eventually kicks the bucket like it does for everyone?
Yeah.
Who knows? It might not. Shits might be different now. Like you might be able to like keep in there for a lot longer.
I think if you diversify and you grow, you will be fine. It's the ones that get stagnant and stale and they keep their same formula. People get bored of their favorite series. They will get bored of their favorite YouTubers unless you start diversifying. Hence my venturing into the podcast scene. I'm trying to do a different leg. Hoping to get into more influencer, I hate that word, influencer-based content, you know, so that there's always a collaboration or a sponsor thing in the works type of thing.
Well, I love podcasts. I love listening to my favorite one by far is Forehead Fables by General Sam.
I don't know that. Let me see that.
You don't know that?
No, General Sam has
Do you even know General
podcast?
Sam?
No, of course I know General Sam.
Yeah, General Sam with Poob and Brian. Best podcast ever.
What's the name of the podcast?
Forehead Fables.
Oh my God, how did I not know about this? I've got so much to watch.
You have a lot to watch.
I have so much to watch. I'm so grateful. I love Sam. I love his he's got this dad vibe about him. Some of my favorite people.
He's old school as well.
Yeah, he's old school. The younger guys are great and they're fun to watch. I can't relate with them as much as I want to, regrettably. I mean, that's natural. As I'm getting older, young shit is getting dumb. So
I do young shit ironically these days.
Yeah.
Like, use their words. But then it becomes unironic when you use them for so long.
Yeah, then
like saying pog and shit like that.
Poggers! Ugh.
No matter how much they say 40 is the new 30, it doesn't matter. It's not true.
When I turned 30, I fucking knew it, dude. Like, it stayed with me for days. I just, like, obsessed. But I actually realized something. I went to a party the other night, and it was for a birthday party of a 44-year-old man. He owns an esports gaming cafe. It's called ATK Arena. Think of internet cafe, except with high-end gaming PCs everywhere. And, one second for me, bro. I just got a notification to say I'm almost full on hard drive space.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened. What the fuck? Thank God the pop-up came, eh?
Yeah, shit.
That would have been bad. 1 second for me, bro. I'm sorry about this.
No, you're all good, man. Take your time.
Oh, 1 second. Problem is I don't delete my old videos that I make. That's the fucking problem.
That'd be why.
Okay, let's see what I freed up here. Thank God that popped up. That would have been a fucking train smash if that...
It's kind of what I'm worried about. I'm worried like this footage is going to get corrupted or something.
Oh God, don't.
Because it is a long time.
Don't fucking say that. Okay, let's... Oh God, I deleted something and it freed up 60 gigs. Why do I even have that?
Oh, fuck, there you go. You're sorted.
Yeah, there we go.
Shit, do you ever remember what we're talking about? Dying and shit?
No, I remember.
Being old?
No, I remember. Think internet cafe, but every single station is a really, really high-end gaming PC, high-end peripherals, gaming seats. It's like an esports arena. The guy that I went to this event for, his birthday party, his name's Flea, and he owns international esports team that fly around the world and compete, and he's quite successful in life. He used to be a stockbroker, but when I typically attend people's parties when they are over 40 years old, oh God, I can't believe I'm 40 already. They're feeling sad and they don't want to be older. This dude was having the best fucking time, bro. Just jamming, dancing, smashing booze. Like, he was having a good time. And I realized that people only fear age or aging when they feel unaccomplished. Like, this dude's done everything in his life. He's seen everything. He's gone everywhere. And he's partying like he fucking loves being 44 years old. And I noticed at that moment that I want to be that in life. I don't ever want to like regret getting older, because getting older sucks. But I don't want to ever...
kids?
He's got tons of kids. It's like 5 kids. He's an animal.
Oh shit!
Yeah, gorgeous wife, huge house, 300,000 Australian dollar Mercedes. Like he's sorted and established and quite, but he doesn't flash his money in your face. Like he takes you out lunch and he pays the bill, but he like insists. He's just a cool dude. Like I wish to be that one day. Just accomplished, confident in my own skin, and age gracefully. I got a couple of gray hairs here. I don't ever want to dye my hair to hide grays. I want the grays to come.
No, me either.
I'm
getting grays on the sides and stuff.
I just want to mosey through, reach the end of that thing, high five Jesus as I walk into heaven. Well, I'm going to hell, but high five Jesus as I get into heaven and just move on, bro. Like I never want to take life too seriously. Let's just go, and I just want to live it and have a good time, and then fuck off and check on to the next step, whatever that's going to be. Winter, I got to ask you, dude, and I've been itching to ask you this for the longest time. What is the most embarrassing thing that has ever happened to you in your life? Mimio's done it.
Oh,
Blueprint's done it. Like, I want to roll up my own skin. That's how bad and embarrassing it must be. What you got for me, bro?
Most embarrassing thing I've ever done in my whole life.
You're welcome to think amongst yourself if you want to.
One night when I was young at a pub, I guess, maybe about 18, I was so fucking drunk that I went to sit on the bench, and as I was trying to get down, like sit on the bench, I just fucking fell backwards off it in front of everyone and just slammed into the ground.
Did they burst out
and I was
laughing?
just like, no, not really.
Oh, God.
Surprisingly. I was like,
you fucking lucky, bro. Jesus Christ. The fact that...
And I was like, all right, this is really fucking embarrassing. I'm out. I'm blind drunk. I can't even fucking sit. I'm that drunk. And I just left.
Oh, God. It's a pity. It's a pity. I was hoping for something saucy. But the fact that you didn't have anything embarrassing happen is actually a blessing. You're fucking lucky.
Oh, I'm sure there are, and I just can't think of it. Maybe repressed memories and all that.
Well, yeah, of course. Yeah. Maybe it was so bad that the trauma has blocked it, like some creepy uncle. Winter, I don't know if you saw my tweet recently by Mimio, or I tweeted about Mimio where I taught him Afrikaans.
Mm-hmm.
Can I?
I did see that. I was tagged in it.
Can I? Yeah, I'll tag you. Can I teach you some of my language?
Yeah, look, whatever you're going to get me to say, I don't know what I'm saying. Let's just put that on the cards right now, guys. Let's put that on the table. And if he tells me to say something horrendous, I don't know. I just don't know what's happening, so go ahead.
I'm also editing this footage, so I just cut that whole piece out. Okay, so... No, Jay, I promise you, like, you didn't see in the Mimio clip, but I did explain what I'm going to make you say. So it's not... I would never make you say something controversial, racist, or... untasteful. I'm a gentleman, so the thing I want you to say is Seich me peel. You probably know what that means.
Suck my dick.
Yes, very well. Because you can hear the Seich, suck, me, my. Seich me peel, and then yo, nai.
Suck my peel, yo my.
Nai, N. So it's can you say Seich?
Seich.
There we go.
Am I speaking Hebrew? Is this fucking Hebrew?
It's basically is. Yeah.
Shalom, Seich.
Okay, so you got to go Seich me peel, yo nai.
Seich me peel, yo my, yo nai. Seich my peel. No, nai. Is it nai peel?
Nai, Naai. So nai.
Seich nai peel.
No, Seich me peel, yo nai.
Seich my peel, yo nai. It's like Hebrew and Chinese, bro. Where's the Dutch in that?
It's yeah. So remember when our sorry, that was great. So when our me and your ancestors, the British, colonized the regions, the Dutch had already colonized the tip of Africa. So England came and shut on the Dutch. The Dutch fucked off and left their Dutch people behind. So Holland was cut off from South Africa, so their people were here, and they used Dutch. But over the years, the Dutch waters down and you get this broken telephone effect, and then eventually their language became something called Afrikaans. So, like me, as an Afrikaans speaker, I can go to Holland and understand 90% of Dutch, but it is two different languages, but they're almost the same. The same way Dutch people can listen to Afrikaans and they can also understand it. It's almost like...
It's like English people listening to Scottish people.
Exactly that. Impossible task, of course, because I'm Scotland. We all know how that works. But yeah, no, it's like we all know that Scottish English is basically slang English. It doesn't really count. Sorry for my Scottish viewers. But it's like that in any culture. If you separate it and you have the mainland speakers separate from the separate speakers, and then their language becomes a weird version of what it used to be. They make up their own little linguistic cues and such. That's basically, our language is basically fucking watered down gutter Dutch, I guess.
Watered down gutter Dutch.
Watered down gutter Dutch. I'm sorry for the Afrikaans viewers because half my viewers are Afrikaans. It's the truth, bro.
That just rolls off the tongue beautifully.
Yeah, you're watered down gutter Dutch. I'm gonna
gutter Dutch.
I'm gonna put that on my. If I ever have to quit YouTube, I'm gonna put that on my job application. Languages? Oh, English and watered down gutter Dutch.
Gutter Dutch. It sounds like one beautiful word, like cellar door. Gutter Dutch.
Tell me when.
Have you ever seen what's that movie called? Fucking with Jake Gyllenhaal.
With who?
Jake Gyllenhaal. Donnie Darko. Have you ever seen Donnie Darko? Well, there's a segment in there, and they're like, "What's the most beautiful word in the English language?" Gutter Dutch.
They actually said that. Oh my god! I thought I made up a new thing. Oh.
No, I'm joking. They said Salvador, but
Okay. I'm sorry. I thought you
They actually said that.
Yeah, what? Quite a shock.
Gutter Dutch.
Winter, I got to ask you, dude, and I asked this for all the people that I interview. Is there anything about you that the public doesn't know that you would like them to know? Like, are you a humanitarian? Are you a fucking weekend pirate? Like what's something cool about you that most people just don't know?
I am really into art. I've won like art competitions, stuff like that.
You fucking joking? You?
No. Yes.
You literally look like an Aussie pub fucking brawler mixed with like a Mad Max.
I got glasses.
Mad Max butcher. No, take it off. I want to see what it looks like. Let's see like the pub brawler.
No.
You're an artist. You do not look like an artist.
I kind of fell out of it once I hit my 20s, but it's something I'm getting back into. I've got like a big canvas over there and shit, just a blank one ready to go.
Would you be able to possibly like send me pictures so I can overlay it on the screen and show the viewers like some of your, you know?
I might be able to. I don't actually have any of my art here because I left it all with my parents when I moved away.
Okay.
But I got a tablet for my birthday last year, and I recently like tried my hand at some graphic design. I mean, I could send you pictures of that.
I'd love it. I'd like people to see your skills. Whew, I didn't know that. That's pretty cool.
I can send you some right now.
Actually, if you could, that'll be great. That's a very nice picture, by the way. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
You made that.
Yes.
That's not fucking bad, actually. I
was going to use it for merch, but then I was like, there's too much color in it, and the merch would feel weird.
Yeah, it is a lot of red and yellow, and it's pretty as shit, though. Winter, what is your real name? I forgot to ask you. Or do you give out your real name? Because I don't. I don't give out my name.
Like I told Wobbles, because I met up with Wobbles in America.
Yeah.
Mr. Wobbles. And on my license, my first name's Ser, S-E-R, and my last name's Winter.
Oh, that's fair. It makes sense. No one needs to know any different. Tell me, I actually have to ask you this, and it's not part of my questions that I wanted to ask you. Some of my fondest memories were when you used to play with Bizzlesnaff. Are you still in touch with him?
Yeah, I'm still in touch with Biz. It's a bit hard to get on the Rust and stuff with Biz nowadays, especially because he plays with General Sam a lot now and all of those guys. We kind of just drifted apart a little, I guess, but he's still like a person I consider a best friend and one of the biggest influences on my life. I love him dearly. It's you know someone's one of your greatest friends when you don't, like, you can go a year or 2 years without speaking.
No, absolutely.
And then, you pick up right where you left off and just go for it. He started working full time as well, and that took away. Like for Rust is like a full time job. He used to do his own thing, and he had plenty of extra time, so he can't play Rust with me all the time. Yeah, I don't know. Also, when our good friend Impact died, we had this crew, and it kind of like after he died, everyone. I don't know. We all kind of just drifted apart.
Went your own ways. That's true that you mentioned that. But the funny thing is and I mean, sorry, it's not funny. I'm also sorry for your loss with regards to Impact. I remember when that happened. You were quite bummed. You and Bizzle, I could see from your content. You know when people collab. Spoon Kid doesn't like using the word collab, but when people collab, you can see that these are two creators coming together and playing. With you and Bizzlesnaff, I could actually see the friendship. It was genuine. It was completely genuine. It was completely organic. It flowed. And it allowed the viewer, me at the time, to notice that you guys were actually mates. It wasn't like, you came together to create content together. It was homies playing. And you could feel that from the content. It's so important for that to happen, because I've noticed now over the years, watching people play together, there are people that play together because they're trying to make content, and then there are mates that play together. And my fondest memories from Rust is playing with friends, not making content, not recording YouTube, just playing with an actual friend and having a good time with him. It slapped differently, dude. What is your
exactly the same?
You feel the same. What is your best memory from Rust that you remember? If I may ask.
Best memory in Rust? Definitely one of them is the day I met Bizzlesnaff.
I remember that meeting.
Just because it's funny to go back and just think like me. I was running away from him, and that could have been it. Like that'd be you would hear no more Bizzlesnaff ever again.
Completely missed that friendship connection. Yeah.
Yeah, and it makes you think how many people that's actually happened to. Like, have I missed out? Like, have people done this and missed out on a potential wife or best friend forever?
By
BFFs.
one chance meeting. You're absolutely right. I remember the day you met Bizzlesnaff. Do you remember what episode number it was in your solo survival series?
I don't remember the episode number.
You don't maybe have a clip of it so I can show the viewers.
I could definitely find it for you. Yeah.
Please, if you could. It was. I remember something about Bizzle was hitting a tree, and then like Ser Winter went up to him and started speaking, or Winter was hitting a tree. One of them was hitting a tree, and it was such a special moment, and I can't put my finger on it. It just flowed. I was obsessed with it. I just stared, and their friendship grew into this beautiful thing, and their content that they made together was so. Even though Bizzlesnaff struggled with time zone and ping. It was such a magical experience to watch you guys play together. It even overtook the Ser Winter Vertiigo days for me personally. When I saw you guys playing together, it was top tier content. I mean, you guys could do anything, and it would just be so watchable. You didn't have to fight or do it; you just had to just play. And I was that's why when it stopped, I was kind of heartbroken. It felt like I lost a pair of mates.
Biz is definitely one of the smartest, funniest, most genuine people I've ever had the pleasure of being friends with, and I'm glad I didn't keep running away in that episode, because otherwise I would never, like I said, he wouldn't exist to probably anyone anymore.
And now you and Bizzlesnaff are in the minds of quite literally hundreds of thousands of people. That is huge.
Yeah,
and it's so important when I play Rust, and I noticed that in 2022 Rust versus 2016 Rust, people don't talk anymore. People don't open conversations. It's always kill on sight, and the amount of missed opportunities it blows my mind. Sometimes I kill on sight myself because I think he's going to kill me, so I kill him.
Yeah.
Is there?
Have
I killed 20 or 30 Bizzlesnaffs in my day? Have I missed out on life-changing friendships? Have I? Did
I kill the cure for cancer?
Very likely. You know what I mean? The guy literally, like, he got killed by Ser Winter, and he's like, "Fuck this! I was just about to cure cancer, man! Bang!" Because that's a bit unrealistic, but it's so important that people open up their friendship. Guys, I'm going to show you the clip, and holy shit, you're going to lose your minds.
So anyway, we're just going to run over this way and get killed. Hello.
What up?
How you going?
What's up?
Not much. What are you doing?
Pretty good, just looking for trees.
Oh, sick.
Looking for trees.
Alright, well, there's only like 2 trees over there.
Somebody's looking for you. Yeah.
I would personally... Alright, there's only 1 tree that way. Never mind. Good luck. Let's smack some bushes. And I'm not talking about these ones.
Nah, it's okay.
Whoa.
Yeah, nothing a little torching can't fix. Master hunters.
Yes. We let him live, didn't we? Because we respect nature. We only kill what we need.
I respect the shit out of nature.
Woo! I miss those days, bro. I remember you when you said you went to America, you also met Bizzlesnaff.
Yeah, like the first time I went to America... Look, both times I went to America, I went over for work, but I also used the work trips as... Like, the only reason I accepted them both was because I knew I'd get to go see Biz. So I conquered my biggest fear, which is flying. I hate flying. I'm terrified of it, have nightmares of it. Yeah. So I had to do that twice. Still terrified of it. But first one was for New World. Back before that was a MMO. I was one of the first people to play it, and it was a survival game at the time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it sucked ass. It still does. But it's... I flew over there for that, and once I was done with that, Mr. Wobbles picked me up. This was in Irvine, California. He picked me up from there.
Is he a cool guy? Is he as cool as he is face-to-face as he is?
Mr. Wobbles?
Yeah.
Exactly the same person.
Oh, I love that so much.
Full of energy, funny. and yeah, just he's a wild guy.
Nice.
But yeah, he took me to this deli, and we had like the classic American deli sandwich. And,
Okay.
then I'm like, all right, I've got to get on the train now and get down to. Oh, I was going to catch a taxi or something down to San Diego, which is like an hour and a half trip on the road. And he's like, fuck that, I'll take you. And then we went down San Diego. Yeah. I'm like, fuck it, all right. We went down to San Diego, and then me, him, and Impact met up at a gamer bar. It was really nice. It was a small place, and they had like all these. You used to pour your own beers there, and it was just fucking like 50 different beer taps there, all different flavors and stuff. So we sat there all afternoon playing games and hitting the piss. And
I don't know that saying, hit the piss.
Oh, hit the piss?
Yeah.
We call alcohol piss over here.
Oh.
Piss, grog.
Hit the booze. I got it.
Why'd you smoke a bong just then?
This is how we indicate alcohol in our country. Dude, there's culture differences,
really?
man.
That's for bong.
Really? Is this bong?
Yeah. Yeah.
Suck it on some gin and juice.
Also, if anyone's deaf in here, I'm sure this has got captions on it. Tell us what this means in sign language.
Yeah, I think this is like spiritual freedom, sanctuary. I don't know.
Yeah, then you can do it different way. Anyway,
yeah. Drinking a whole bunch of.
I'm sure I've seen that somewhere.
I have. I usually like when I see deaf people meet. They're usually like, "Hey, what's up?" Like, I think it's hello. To be honest.
Are you sure they just don't go?
Maybe.
That's pretty universal.
Right? Yeah, hazard.
They're like, hello,
bong,
mahalo, bong.
My God. Okay, no, that's good. That's good. Okay, so you're hitting the piss. Yeah, carry on. Tell me about that. You and Impact.
Yeah, and then Wobbles ended up taking off, and then we went and hung out with Beers, and we because weed's legal there, we were smoking some weed. I wanted to drink a 40. It's called.
Oh yeah.
A 40. I wanted to try a 40 for the first time, which was just a big bottle of alcohol.
Yeah,
it looks like a 1.25 liter.
It's 40 ounces of beer.
I had a couple sips of that. Didn't like it at all.
Of course.
It was more. It tasted more cidery, and I don't like cider.
Oh, okay.
I like beer. But yeah, like we were playing some board games with Impact, me, Biz, and his roommate, one of his best friends. And yeah, we also house sat for his friend, and that's where we were doing it as well.
Oh,
he does some videos with his friend on another channel, Garbage Games, I think it's called.
Mm.
Does them with a guy called Champ. And Champ's really cool. Yeah, no, it was awesome. It was an awesome time. And then the second time was for PAX, the first Rust event and stuff, where we met up with Gary Newman and whatever.
Promoted Rust stuff.
And Biz showed up naked and in burlap.
As one should.
That's what
I love that.
It was Biz. I would expect that as well. But yeah, no, he showed up naked and in burlap, and that was
pretty fucking funny. I really liked him. He seemed like a cool dude. Very authentic.
Yeah, Biz is one of the funniest dudes I've ever met, and he's witty too with how smart he is, which is good.
Okay, good. I didn't even know he was a smart dude. I just knew he was artistic. Very, very creative.
Did you say artistic or autistic?
Bit of both, I guess.
No,
artistic. No, that's great, dude. Thank you so much for this. This has been a fucking journey. Holy shit! I've made my way through all my questions, and like I feel like I could talk for literally hours about the different experiences. Can I ask you one more experience that I'm very curious about? The Pookie meeting. How did you meet Pookie? You met her in Rust, right?
We met in Rust, right? So first time I met her, I was staring at her naked through a window. She was naked outside. It was destiny, I'm telling you. Destiny. And
then you went inside and went to go start playing some Rust.
Yeah. That's how I'm thinking of starting off my wedding speech. The first time I met, and then her real name, I was staring at her naked through a window. And I just won't mention Rust at all.
I don't need to. She was standing there, and I remember looking at her naked through the window and thought, I really want to stab her. Or shoot her in the fucking head.
No, all of her friends were, they all knew who I was. She had no idea. And all of her friends in her group were running around fanboying and stuff. And she became really good friends with Impact, and who was a big part of our crew. And so I'd see her around from time to time and whatever. And then after he died, I didn't think to message her. She asked me if like the rumors were true, and I told her, and I said sorry. I knew you guys were close and whatever. And anyway, I guess after that, like we started playing some games together. Tried like because she had no one. No one she could really console in about it and stuff.
Yeah.
And
she was mate to them, yeah.
Yeah, she was really close with him, and I knew that because I was close with Impact too, and he'd tell me. Yeah, after that we were playing games together and stuff, and I don't know, we kind of just got closer and closer after that, and
clearly you bought a fucking house with her.
Yeah, got engaged and
planning babies.
Planning on starting a family and stuff. Yeah, so that's another instance in Rust where you never know. Yeah, never know if you're going to meet your wife, your best friend.
It's really crazy.
Both on Rust.
Unbelievable. It's so strange how, like, just hearing those two stories about the Pookie and the Bizzlesnaff makes me think, like, I should probably stop. I should probably speak more. I should probably see where things go more. Because you just don't know who you're going to meet. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I've met so many close friends that have come to this house even. From Rust over the years. Like so far from people who've come to this house that I only bought last August have been Home Wrecker, which is a bad name for a person that's coming to your house. You don't want someone in your new house called Home Wrecker, right?
Yeah.
And Ro, he's another really nice guy that we met over the years. He came here the other week. Hopefully Bizzle will be out here at some point. Yeah, no, there's plenty of people from Rust as well that I happily invite to my wedding.
Am I invited?
You got to come all the way from South Africa?
No.
Then no.
We've created literally a global network of friends and close people that we are able to hang with at least for the day. I don't know about friends, but I'd like to capitalize on that and start seeing the world more instead of just, keeping myself boxed up.
Well, it's amazing that, like, how the Rust community... I used to get ragged on for calling it the Rust community back in the day, like, ages ago, because, like, people were like, community? What community? What are you talking about, community? And now everyone calls it the Rust community. Everyone, because it is.
It is an actual community now. Yeah, people talk, people hang, people collaborate. And
the YouTubers, the streamers, like, everyone's meeting up and stuff, and
I love it, dude.
It's all been pretty crazy.
I told
we're a weird bunch of people when it comes to YouTube and streaming and stuff. Like, everyone's pretty tight.
Yeah, it is. I actually literally tweeted that this morning about how close the Rust creators are. And I encourage not all of them, but a lot of the Rust creators, if they're ever in Africa, stop down here. I can show you guys the world, my world, and in a safe manner, because obviously Africa is dangerous as fuck and you'll probably end up getting stabbed. But if you do come, I will keep you not stabbed and keep you, I'll keep your blood inside. I guess.
Yeah, keep your blood inside.
This has been an absolute pleasure, dude. I had an absolute ball. I've got so much content to make from this. So thank you for joining me as my third official guest. I wanted you to be the first guest, but like Blueprint was like reminding me, and then Mimio DM'd, and then you were supposed to be first though.
I didn't even DM you. I just commented on the thing like, I can't wait to watch this when I get a chance. You're like, you're up next.
Yeah, that's
You're
true.
up next. I was like, okay, fuck. That's why I had a gun to my head at the start.
Dude, that bit was amazing. Like, by the way, I didn't plan that at all. So Winter's like, I'm going to do an intro. I'm like, okay, question mark. I don't know what this is. I'm going to...
No worries.
And with all the other episodes, I have to ask you to do a meme thumbnail face. You're typical, you just won $15 million in a fortnight. All right. You could. Sorry, bro. I'm sorry to do this to you.
Do I have to do it in the podcast? Like, is this going to be part of the video?
You do it right now, and I grab what I want. You know what I mean?
What's the title of the video?
Ser Winter face reveal ? And then a shocked face, and then I censor part of your face.
I was going to say, wouldn't my face be censored out then?
Well, I'm gonna mass pixelate
it. Put blur over it.
Oh yeah, that's true. But then at least do this so I can blur out just your face, and then I can. Like, yeah, there we go. That's yes.
Wait,
and some thumbs maybe. Let me get some thumbs. Yeah. There we go. So, yeah, okay. That's enough. I'm gonna just pixel just your face. Oh, this is gonna be good. I know most people have seen your face already, though. I mean, I saw your face years ago when you uploaded a picture, but
no, you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised how many people actually haven't.
Oh well, that's the winter. This is how we look after 30 motherfuckers.
The balls hanging low while I pop a bottle off of ya. Chain swinging, clang clang, and it costs a lot. Bitch, I'm always at the guala, yeah, and you are not badass.